Okay, let's dive into something that I think really resonates with so many of us trying to figure things out online.
Yeah.
We're looking at a source today that kicks off by, well, tackling a feeling you might know all too well. It starts with this line, it's almost like a shared sigh. Everything online feels like a scam.
Oh, that phrase. Yeah, it just captures such a widespread feeling, doesn't it? And the source, it doesn't really shy away from that.
Not at all.
It talks right to that experience, seeing, too many people make big promises and deliver nothing, leaves you frustrated, maybe feeling a bit like you've been ghosted by these online opportunities.
Totally. Ghosted harder than your ex,
Yeah.
as the source kind of jokes. And like if you've chased those shiny screenshots, you felt that hope, and then it just fizzles.
Yeah.
And you end up shutting down that little voice wondering, what if?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this source seems to get that,
Yeah.
validates that past disappointment, acknowledges how tough it is to trust anything new when you feel like you've been burned before.
Right. But then here's where it gets interesting. After really validating all that skepticism, it pivots. Pretty sharply, actually.
Okay.
It makes this core argument. But here's the truth. Not everything out there is fake.
That's quite a statement, especially after setting up all that doubt. So it's suggesting that somewhere in all that noise, there are, what, real systems.
Exactly. It says some systems are simple, legit, and actually built to help people win. Which, leads to the big question. How are you supposed to spot those ones?
Yeah, how? What makes them different, according to this source?
Well, they claim these supposedly real systems operate very differently. They work without hype, without paid ads, and without draining your time or money. That's framed as a key difference.
Okay, hold on. Without hype or paid ads.
Right.
That's pretty specific.
Yep.
So what do they use then? How do they claim people get results?
It seems to focus heavily on using only organic traffic.
Organic traffic.
Yeah, the source connects that lack of paid promotion, the organic approach, directly to how results happen. It claims this is how they can show total beginners how to start earning from $25 in Bitcoin and scale up to $5 K commissions.
Wow, okay. Scaling from like a $25 Bitcoin starting point
Yeah,
all the way up to thousands in commissions and just using organic methods.
that's the claim.
So the idea is that building real unpaid interest is what leads to those bigger payouts, not just likes, but actual, significant earnings.
Exactly. That seems to be the implication. It really positions itself against all the usual online shouting by saying, no BS, just a clear path and support that's actually real.
No BS. Strong words. It suggests transparency and actual help are the answers to the skepticism, maybe linking that support claim to the offer it makes.
Yeah, I think so, because the offer at the end is very direct. Watch the free training here and decide for yourself. It even says you don't have to jump in, but at least give yourself the option to see something real.
So it's kind of challenging you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you're listening and you have been burned, or maybe you're still wondering if you could ever genuinely make a dollar online.
Right. It's like acknowledging that gut feeling, that skepticism you have because of past experiences, but asking, what if he just took a look? What if this one is different? It taps into the hope versus skepticism thing.
So where does this leave us thinking about this source?
Hmm.
I mean, in this online world where, yeah, disappointment is common and lots of things can feel like scams.
Well, it presents this alternative case, doesn't it? One based on organic growth, a supposed clear path, no hype.
Yeah.
It really puts a challenge out there for anyone looking for online opportunities, I think. How do you actually tell the difference? How do you sort through the noise, the hype you've definitely seen, and find something that might be, as this source puts it, simple, legit, and built to help you win?
But definitely something to think about as you navigate that online space.